I finished The Outer Worlds finally.
Jurassic Park.
Excellent. I didn't enjoy Murder on Eridanos as much as Peril on Gorgon, but both were still a good chunky time. There was a lot of game there. I was really surprised by how much game there was in 2 DLC packs.
A rich duck pie.
I liked how the Eridanos stuff like retooled the game as an investigative murder mystery, but I think it highlighted some of the game's weaknesses that kind of realistically prevent this from being a true all-timer for me. And that's that all the investigation parts amounted to little more than talking to a character until there was no more to say to them to ascertain clues. And then the game would just just walk to that marker. That's what you had to go and find. So there was no actual investigation. I wish it just had a bit more agency, because the game always did a really good job at having the feeling of player choice in conversation through like the moral decisions that you have to make. And that was always quite tough to kind of choose sides in big ordeals. But in actual play, this sort of stuff fell well short of like even genre classics like Deus Ex in terms of giving options. And that's 24 years old, in terms of that.
That's grotesque.
Saying, oh, this is where you need to get to, but then you kind of figuring out how to get there. You're going to climb through a window, you're going to sneak around the front, you're going to hack into something. And whereas in the Outer Worlds, it would always have the 3 markers that were like, these are your options, just walk to one and then press the button and that's it.
Yeah.
And that was a bit disappointing, but I did enjoy it. It felt really good to do it all on the Switch, in a weird way. This final planet, the Eridanos stuff, ran pretty poorly on the Switch. Again, I think there's much more open, expansive areas. Like a lot of it is in kind of these floating, almost like island type places. The main stuff is set. And that open world, it did struggle with. It would sort of tank the frame rate quite a bit, despite me saying last time, it's very smooth these days. So maybe they just never quite got to optimizing for this last bit. But overall, really good game. Enjoyed it a lot. And a big one to tick off the list.